Welcome. Well, let's get started to another lesson on Python. Again, these are introductory lessons, excuse me. And there's a lot more you can do with all these things that we're looking at. And I've talked about some of these things, but before we get started here, let me just mention there's several good books out there. Matter of fact, let's see, one is Python Crash Course. This one here is second edition. That's a book this one here is one that I like. There's many out there. You just go to the bookstore, right? Browse through these things. But this is one of the ones I really like. But, find a book or a website. Plenty. I talked about this before in Programmers. There's many things that you can look at in tutorials. Play, have fun, experiment. That's what it's all about. Not going to hurt anything. All right. So today I want to talk about repeating structures, basically what we call a for loop and a while loop. So let me start with this. We copy some code in here, and I'm going to bring this one line down. So what we're going to do here is this is a little for loop. I think I can make that nice and big. There we go. And what this does is we have let me change my marker there so we can see a little bit better. There we go. A for loop right here. Notice that this is indented. So these are the instructions that will be anything indented. We could have several here that will be executed, applied if this for condition is true. Okay. So what is this for condition? So for counter, so when you use the for loop here, counter, this just creates a variable right away, and we call it a counter. So you call it whatever you want, okay? But I've called it counter, okay? And along with, so for counter, and what's in counter right now? Nothing, but there will be very soon. Right here, this range function. This range says for counter in range of, so this is the starting one. So it's going to start with 0. Okay, so as long as this value is between 0, this is the starting, and this is the ending 6. But it's actually what we doesn't end at 6, actually ends at 5. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Matter of fact, I'll show you the counters. So as long as this is true, we're going to print hello. So what happens is this comes around, starts off, counter is 0, that's the starting. Come down here, we print hello. And then we come back up here, and is this true again? Well, this is going to get incremented each time, so it'll become a 1. So this is true. So it's in the range of 0 to 6. It's a 1 now. So it'll come down here, print hello. And then we'll go back up here once again. Counter now is a 2. And this is still true. So let's run this and take a look. Okay, and I'm going to put a little print here. End of loop. Okay, so you can see this. So let's run this. All right, so we printed for loop. And then I put a little return after this. We got a little extra return, but it's printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So starting at 0 to 5. So it printed it when counter was equal to 0, and then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. And then once counter became 6, once it reaches this value, it stops. Okay, does not execute this line and goes down to the next line. Okay. Matter of fact, we could see this a little better. Let me do this here. Let me say print hello. And right after this, let's print the value of counter. Okay. So we can actually see that. Okay. And at the end here, I'll also counter so we can see what the last value is. Okay, let's run this again. So we can see that when counter was 0, it printed hello. When it was 1, hello, 2, hello, 3, hello, 4, hello, 5, hello. And that after 5, it says, up, it's now 6. Nope, that's when I stop. And it came down here, end of loop, because counter is now, well, it was 5. It did not increment it. Okay. All right, so that's a simple for loop. Let me show you some other examples here. What if we wanted to do this? What if, what I'm going to do here is find my code here, is enter some new code. I'm going to do something a little different here. Let's do this. What if I'm going to clear this, enter this code. Okay, what if I want to tell it how many times I want to print hello? Okay, so what I can do is, this looks complicated, doesn't it? But it really isn't. This is a variable called end. Okay, now we've looked at the input function before, so forget it, don't look at this quite yet. This is an input function. So how many times do you wish to say hello? And whatever value the user enters will go into the variable end. But we want to make sure that's an integer. So one of the things that we can do is take this input function and use the integer. It's going to be an integer. Okay, so this will make whatever we enter in here is going to be an integer. That's these outside parentheses here. This is the inside. Should use. So here's our integer function here. Okay, so it says whatever I put in here, this is now it's going to become an integer. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Okay, so again, we have our for loop for counter in range of 0. So we're going to start at 0, but end. So we're going to, whatever number we put in here, that's how when it's going to end. Let's see. How many times would you like to say hello? So we'll say 3. Okay, so what before source this and the end variable, put a 3 there, and we made sure it's an integer. So this end variable 3, we have 0 to 3. So really it's going 1 and 2, and at 3 it won't display it. Once again, if we really want to double check that, let's counter right here so you can see what the value of counter is along the way. Let's run that again. Oops, there we go. Okay, because 0, counter was 1, counter was 2. That's this here. Remember, it starts at 0 and incremented each time, and then it's no longer 0 to 3 because we entered a 3. So it says, hey, at 3, that's when I end. I don't do 3. Okay, so I really end at 2. That's kind of why we put a 0 here. Okay. All right. Let's do one more. This is kind of cool. Something a little different. This is kind of, so there's other things you can do with these for loops and these counters. Let me show you this one. This is very cool. Okay. Okay, so we've got a counter 0. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Okay, so we have counter 0. Then we're going to say for, oh, look at this, for letter in this text string here. I live in California, USA. So what that means is for letter, it's going to check each one of these letters, including the spaces. If letter equals a small a, lowercase a, we're going to increment our counter variable by 1. So right now it's 0, but as soon as it finds that first lowercase a, there it is, it will increment counter from 0 to 1. So go 1, it'll come back up here, and we'll continue this loop for every letter in this string. Then here we're going to say the number of, the number of the letter, number of letters, maybe I should say, I was looking for, is whatever counter is. So how many times did it count an A in here? Let's run this. It says 2. Why 2? Let's see. So what it did, let's kind of come up here. So we have the counter variable, right? That's right here. It starts off at 0. Okay, then for letter in this string. So what it's going to do is check each letter. That's what this loop is going to do. The loop is going to continue from here to here. So it's going to look at each letter. That's what this loop is going to be. And we're saying if letter is lowercase a, nope, 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 nope. Oh, here's one. If letter is a lowercase a, then we're going to take whatever the value of counter is and add 1 to it. And that'll be the new value of counter. So it becomes a 1 at this point. Then it looks here, goes to the next letter, nope, 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 nope. Oh, another lowercase a. So because this is true, if letter equals an a, increment the counter again. So counter is 1 right now. We add 1 to it, becomes a 2. So let's keep on going. Comma, space, nope, nope. Well, I shouldn't probably use nope, nope, nope. Ah, there's an A, but not really. That's an uppercase a. We're looking specifically for lowercase a. So this is why we got the value of 2. So it says the number of letters I was looking for is, I don't know if that's really grammatically correct, but counter 2 means we found the lowercase a 2 times. Let me show you what we could do if we were looking for both upper and lowercase. Okay, what I could do is do this. Right here in my if statement, why not put or letter equals uppercase a? Is that going to change our value? Well, I see kind of one uppercase a, but we're checking for both, an or. If either of these conditions is true, then the whole thing is true. We'll come down here. Okay, so let's clear this just to be clear. Run it, and now, yes, 3. So we're counting our lowercase a's here and here, along with our uppercase a. Pretty cool, huh? All right, just wanted to show you some variations, some cool things that you can do with Python or any of these languages. All right, I want to show you a little bit of a while loop now. Okay, so a for loop is really good for saying, I want to do something this many times for, a range 0 to 6, or for every letter in this string, I want to do something. I want to check something. I want to look for something, count something. While loop is similar to a for loop, but let me kind of show you our example here. Here, what we're doing is, a while loop is really nice to keep on doing something until the condition changes. So what I've done here is I've got a variable called reply. And it has a y in here. Okay, that's what we put in there. And then we're going to say, while reply is equal to y, which it is right now, do these statements. We will print hello. And then we're going to ask the user, do you want me to say hello again? Now, whatever they enter, this is an input function, right? So whatever the input's going to go into, reply. So as long as they enter a lowercase y, and it's got to be lowercase y, an or in here, we could. We didn't put an or in here. It's got to be a lowercase y. If they put a lowercase y, it will repeat this, because each time it's going to check when it's done, come back up here, check, whatever you entered, is reply still a lowercase y? If it is, then we'll say hello again, and I'll ask you again. Okay, so let's run this and see. Whoops, what happened here? What did I? Okay. Sometimes when I copy and paste, we have a little bit of a problem here. Okay, let me take a look here. Okay, I fixed what it was. No syntax. What happens if you copy and paste? I've got a Word document open and it put some characters in here it did not recognize. So you need to be careful with that. Sometimes when you copy and paste from some kind of text document. But this is one long input string here. So let's run this. So reply equals y, right? We said that equals a y. So it comes in here, prints hello. Now it's asking me, do you want to say hello again? Now, if I type a lowercase y, it will come back. It will come back up here. See that this is still true because reply is a lowercase y. Okay, I'm just overriding the value with the same value. It's going to print hello and ask me again. So let's see. Oops, okay. Sorry. Happens when I sometimes hit certain, with my selecting and stuff, it enters something in here instead of the lowercase y. But there we see the lower, as long as I keep on entering lowercase y, it's going to print hello and keep on asking me. Now, what if anything else? Now, of course, I'm asking the user y or n. So yes, they could type an n in here and it breaks it. It stops the loop because reply is no longer a y. Okay, it's now another value, in this case, an n. So while this is true, well, it's no longer true. Reply is no longer a y, it's an n. Now, does it have to be an n? What do you think? Let's take a look. What if I'll say y here, but what if I type an x or a z? Okay, type a z. Yeah. If it's anything other than a lowercase y, because that's the only thing we're checking. Matter of fact, if it's an uppercase y, what will we do? If there's a lowercase y, what if it's an uppercase y? Nope, we didn't check for that. Okay, if I wanted to check for that, I would have had to put or reply equals uppercase y. Okay, let's try that. See, then it's still okay because I'm checking for both options. Anything else? Nope, not going to work. All right, so that's a simple while loop. Let me kind of do one more for you. I'm going to show you how we can do both a kind of the same thing in a while and a for loop. So let me clear this. I'm going to put some things in here. So what I'm going to do here is I've got both a for loop and a while loop. So we can use the same for both. Here, what I want to do is this is a for loop, and I'm saying for counter in the range, I should probably use this. I can use the same variable here, but that's all right. For counter in the range from 0 to 6, print hello. Okay, so as long as counter, it's going to start at 0. As long as counters in the range from 0 to, remember, this is the ending one, so it's really going to, the last time this is going to be true is at 5. At 6, it will end. It will print hello. Okay, let's kind of run this. We'll actually see this part too, but let's run it. So we can see I got hello 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Okay, now let's see what the while loop. We got the same thing. So in our while loop, okay, my number equals 0. Okay, so we have a variable called my number equals 0. While my number is less than or equal to 5, which it is right now, print hello. But then what we're going to do, so notice here, we're actually doing the incrementing. Up here, this for counter in range will do the incrementing for us. Here, we have to do it. Okay, print hello. Then I've got to change my number equals my number plus 1. So I'll add 1 to it and come back up here. Is it still less than or equal to 5? Yes, print hello. Then increment my number by 1 again. That would be the new my number. So we go from 1 to 2. And so what we can see what happens here is in the while loop, it's the same thing. From 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so as long as counter is less than or equal to 5. Matter of fact, let's do this. I am going to here right after, so you can see this. Let's print counter here so you can see what counter is. And here, let's print my number so you can see it getting incremented as well. That's the beauty of this stuff. Actually, this is how we help learn programming and even test our programming, is we display the value of the variables so we can see, oh, is something missing? What is the program? What is the code seeing? So I can better debug, troubleshoot my program. All right, make sure I didn't make any mistakes there. We'll find out. Okay, so we can see here in our for loop from 0 to 6. So really it ends at 5. Okay. And here we started my number is 0. And as long as it's less than or equal to 5. So 1's okay, 2's okay, 3's okay, 4's okay, 5 is okay. Less than or equal to 5, we will do this. Then when it became 6, it stopped. Okay. All right. I hope this, although brief, maybe a little fast, slow it down, watch it again. Try these things, practice, have fun with this. Okay, things aren't gonna catch fire on you or anything. That's the beauty of this. You can just try, see what happens. And just try different things. All right. I'll let you go. Have a great day, everybody. Have fun with this, play, relax, enjoy.